Welcome back. This is Dr. Hadley. This is my series on Microsoft 365 Excel. This unit is on formatting, and this lesson is going to be on formatting numbers specifically. So again, I copied my formatting lesson file, and I'm just going to leave the text parts the way they are, but I'm going to use this to focus on how do we format all these different numbers to fit our needs. Okay. As before, you can format everything within the ribbon, but I don't prefer that. I prefer using the window. So let's go to these dates first. Okay, so let's select, let's select the whole column in case I ever need to add more data entries. So format, Control 1 again, okay, number, okay, and we have lots of different options. Now general, it's going to assume things. In this case, it assumed it was a date, and this is how it should be formatted. But I can make it specific, so I can go to custom, but this is really a date specifically, so let's go to date, okay? And then I can choose the general format, so I can have it be the day with the month. I can have it the day, month, year, you know, kind of how you see in Europe. I can have it, oh, well, see that makes it too big, so if I extend that, but, you know, can I have the full month, day, and year? It really depends upon what is the best way to, you know, display it or see it. I think I kind of like this one the best, is March, you know, the day, month, year. It's a lot easier to analyze that way. Now, in terms of these SQUs, okay, well, those are integers. I don't think I'd want to mess with those, but let's look at our options. Okay, so we have numbers, we have currency, we have accounting, data, time, percentage, fraction, scientific, and all sorts of things. Let's just say, for argument, that we wanted to use scientific because they're such big numbers. Okay, so I can decide how many decimal places past the first digit I want. Okay, so I can have 3, 4, you know, 1, 0. It's really up to me, and that's the main thing I can change with that. Okay. So let's just leave it. You know, let's bring it back to just number. I can also use, I can change the decimal place. Well, these are whole numbers, so I definitely don't want anything past the decimal place. I can use thousand separator, but again, this is like a SQU, so it's not like there's 532,000 of things. That's just the number associated with it. Same thing with how to treat the negative numbers. So I'm going to leave those as is. However, on our cost and sale prices, okay, I specifically want these to be currency. So I'm going to go over here, I'm going to go over to currency. First, I can choose, you know, the specific currency type. You know, is it the American dollar? Is it, there's a euro is in, oh, there is a pound, and I got different pounds that I can use. The euro should be in here somewhere. Oh, there we go. We have euros, either Finnish, French, and so on and so forth. Okay, I'm just going to leave it as American dollars. Okay. In some cases, you know, I might not want anything past decimal place. Obviously, I probably don't want anything 3 places because, you know, that's a fraction of a cent. However, because a lot of these prices do have like 99s and 29s and so on and so forth, I probably do want to keep the 2 places past decimal point. None of them are going to be negative, so I don't need to worry about that. I can leave those as is. Units sold, I'm going to keep those as is. However, gross income and net income, which are, you know, were based on these, I took out the formulas for, to avoid any confusion. I don't really need the decimal places for these ones, so I'm going to go to currency. I'm going to lower this to 0, and leave it as is. Okay. Now again, these are all gross and net. These all should be positive, so it's fine as is. There are other ways. Now you might be like, do I really need it down to the dollar? No, I don't think so. I mean, it depends upon what you're analyzing, so maybe you do, maybe you don't. But there are ways to have it display around it based on those numbers, just not within the formatting options in the window. But that's a little bit more of an advanced technique if you're curious about that. But let's do these ones also. Same thing. Currency. 0 decimal places. Okay. But in terms of profit growth, okay, maybe I want those. Currency. I want negatives to show up in red and parentheses. That way I can see, okay, which items have profit and which items have loss. So other things we can do with the numbers. Let's look at these ones. Okay, yes, we can use currency. We can also set up accounting. So what's really the difference? The difference is that everything's lined up. So all the dollar signs are always very, left justified. All the decimal points are lined up. So for an accounting worksheet, this works a lot better. We also have, let's skip special for a second. Let's, shoot down to custom. There's lots of, options here to really fine tune what I want, but I think it's this one. Because what I want to do is, let's say one of these is 0. Yep. So if you look at this one, when it's 0, it's going to keep it as a hyphen. So to say, hey, there's an entry here, it's not blank, there's just nothing there. Tell it something's calculated there or whatever. Aside from the currency things, I can also go to special. And there's a lot of unique ones like zip code and phone numbers. So let's say I have, 800 555 3145 or 54. So I have this phone number. I can go to special, make a phone number, and there it's formatted just like a phone number. I can also format it like a social security number. Now you might be like, well, that doesn't look right. Well, that's because there's not that many digits in the social security number. If I delete that 8, now it looks like a normal social security number. Same thing with the zip code. I can have it be a normal zip code, or I can have it be the zip code with the 4-digit extension. So the zip code of 80555 with the extension of 3154. But I can customize this. Right now it's in for English in the United States, but I can actually change, especially for zip codes and stuff, what the format is based on what country this is going to be used in. Well, that's all I have today. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed this video. Keep watching. The next and last lesson for this unit is on conditional formatting. Have a good day.